Welcome to Tuesday's Tips from Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today's tip's a little hard to explain, so I'm going to have to show you, but it's all about trimming off the excess batting, getting right up close to that seam line. The project I'm going to make today is an oversized placemat or a table topper. I had 4 little leftover pieces of fabric that were fussy cut from a previous project, and this is a very old fabric. I figured it's time to use it up. So I have backing fabric and of course my batting. This is not going to have a binding on it, so it's going to be very quick and easy to do. Be sure to start with everything very well pressed before you do this method. So I'm going to lay the background fabric on top of the batting, and this is the right side up. And make sure there's no wrinkles and it lays flat. The next we'll be taking that top fabric and laying it down so it's right side down. So the 2 right sides are touching. What we need to make sure is that that batting is bigger than that top. And smooth out the top. From here we get to pin these layers together. In this case, I will be pinning the pins so that the heads are in the inside. And I'm not coming to that 1/4 inch edge. That way I can stitch all the way around and take the pins out after, and I won't be running them over. Pin all 3 layers together. Put as many pins as you need to hold all of these layers together. We're going to be stitching with the top fabric on top of the machine. That way we can follow the edge with our presser foot. And that means the batting is going to go under the feed dogs. So it's important that we have a batting that's not going to catch on those feed dogs. If we have a very fluffy polyester batting, the feed dogs are not going to be able to pull it through at the same speed as the top. So a batting like Warm and Natural, Hobbs, a fleece, anything that is smooth so that the feet will not catch on it will work great for this project. I'm going to be able to still stitch that 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around, and I'm just going to use the edge of that top fabric. I will need to leave an opening because this is considered a pillowcase turn, which means I need an opening so I can pull those layers in and pull them right side out. So find the best place to leave an opening and start, backstitch, stitch all the way around, ending so we have an area to turn it. I have my opening and the stitching has been done all the way around. This is one time a walking foot is very helpful, and that way it helps keep those layers together and from shifting. The traditional way to finish this is to trim those edges, pull that fabric back, and trim off that batting so it goes right to the seam allowance. Then we turn it right side out and finish it. And to trim this batting, we have to take a pair of scissors and carefully trim it off all the way along that edge. This definitely works, but there is a quicker way. And that's what the tip is all about. So here is that stitching line, and we would normally take that, hold it back, and trim with a pair of scissors, being careful not to cut that fabric, but getting as close as we can to that stitching line. The reason we want to do this is it gives us less bulk when we turn it right side out, right along this edge. So there is a way we can speed this up and use a rotary cutter. The ruler we need to slide between that batting and our fabric. So slide that ruler all the way along. You can use a long ruler or a short ruler. Then take that ruler and give it a good rub against the batting so that ruler edge is right along the stitching. And then just run your finger along that stitching line. So it's like we've put a fold right there in that stitching line. The fabric is on one side of the ruler, the batting is on the other. Keep your ruler flat on your mat and just roll it so that you're folding your fabric over. And now you have your batting exposed. From here, you're going to be able to adjust that ruler and keep that fold of fabric underneath that ruler. Take a peek along that edge of the ruler and make sure no fabric is hanging over top of this batting. Now I'm going to be able to take that rotary cutter and cut. We've cut that batting right close to that stitching line. Run that ruler between those two layers. Give a crease with the fingers. Keeping that ruler down, we're going to fold it back. And it doesn't have to be exact. We just want to make sure that there's no fabric hanging on the outside. And trim. Now we have that batting cut right up against that stitching line. It's definitely a lot quicker than trying to get our scissors in between those two layers and cutting. From here we can trim off this extra piece of fabric. Once that batting's been trimmed down and those two layers have been squared up, you just trim off this corner. Make sure you stay on this side of the stitching line and just take a little triangle out of that corner. And that way, when we do turn it right side out, we're not going to have that extra fabric in the corner. And do that to the four corners. Be sure to turn this right side out between the two layers of fabric. We will need to close off that end and quilt it however we would like. There are a lot of patterns out there that tell us to trim off that excess batting right close to that seam line. Now normally we have to use a pair of scissors and trim really close. The scissors do work. However, using our cutters and rulers definitely speed trimming off all of those little strips of fabric. I do hope you give a little sample a try and see how easy it really is. And that way, next time the pattern says trim off that seam allowance, you have two ways to choose from. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're talking about next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.